This is exactly what hippies always said. This is exactly what peaceniks always said. This is Fortunate Son, the song. It's like, you know what? It's very easy to sit in your building and send young men to die. But apropos of Ukraine, because, I don't know, that war doesn't look like it's going in the right direction.
Not at all, no.
But just so, you know, just don't lie to me. I don't like Donald Trump. Don't lie to me and tell me he wants in front of a firing squad. He was saying something that, by the way, if it came out of the mouth, some of it, not the stupid part, again, sounds like what hippies used to say.
Bill Maher isn't holding back. The veteran comedian and political commentator, known for his sharp humor and left-leaning takes, is once again stirring the pot, this time by turning the spotlight on his own side. On a recent episode of Real Time with Bill Maher, he took aim at what he sees as the excesses of woke culture. But what really makes this moment stand out? It's not just the critique. It's who he's confronting. Maher directly challenges the assumptions of his own audience, many of whom typically align with his progressive stance. Instead of playing for cheers or cozying up to his guests, Maher pushes back. He calls out certain liberal narratives he believes have gone too far, all in the name of speaking what he considers to be the truth. This clip captures more than just a debate. It's Maher drawing a line, urging for more reason, less extremism, and a return to honest, rational conversation. His tone is bold, even defiant, as he risks pushback to stand by his principles. Let's take a look at the moment where Bill Maher challenges the room and maybe even challenges you. Roll the clip.
Statement. I woke up today to the headline that Trump had called for a firing squad for Liz Cheney. And this is what I really don't like about the media. No, he didn't.
He did not.
You don't have to move me to not like Donald Trump.
He says
more
so
than
many
I
shitty things. Why do you have to do that?
And by the way, if you don't realize it, well, here's what he said. He's criticizing him for being a war hawk. I mean, she is Dick Cheney's daughter. He said, she's a radical war hawk. Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay? Let's see how she feels about it. You know, they're all war hawks when they're sitting in Washington in a nice building saying, oh, gee, we'll send tens of thousands of troops right into the mouth of the enemy. Now, of course, he expresses himself horribly. He has to add, she's a stupid person because he's a moron.
Well, Trump knows what it's really like from Vietnam.
Okay. But just to be clear, this is exactly what hippies always said. This is exactly what peaceniks always said. This is Fortunate Son, the song. It's like, you know what? It's very easy to sit in your building and send young men to die. But apropos of Ukraine, because, I don't know, that war doesn't look like it's going in the right direction.
Not at all, no.
But just so, you know, just don't lie to me. I don't like Donald Trump. Don't lie to me and tell me he wants in front of a firing squad. He was saying something that, by the way, if it came out of the mouth, some of it, not the stupid part, again, sounds like what...
Bill Maher's boldness hasn't come without backlash. His willingness to call out his own political side has made him a divisive figure. Supporters praise him as a rare voice of reason, someone unafraid to challenge groupthink. But critics argue he's playing into conservative narratives or abandoning progressive ideals. These moments tend to spark heated discussions that ripple far beyond his studio audience. At the heart of that are deeper issues: freedom of speech, cancel culture, and America's growing cultural divide. Maher has repeatedly pushed back against what he sees as overreach in social justice movements and a loss of basic common sense in modern discourse. His stance reflects a broader trend. Many moderates and traditional liberals are feeling disconnected from the direction progressive politics is heading. Maher's open criticism of his own camp resonates with those who are tired of extremes on both the left and right. It's also raising questions about potential political shifts as the nation moves closer to major elections, especially as more voices like Maher's challenge ideological rigidity and push for a return to reason.
Absurd and counterproductive. But when did Donald Trump ever criticize a war hawk the way a hippie did? I mean, was it during Vietnam? He got out of going to Vietnam, but he didn't criticize the war or the Iraq war.
Jamie, I'm not defending Trump. I'm just saying, don't lie to me.
I agree with that. I mean, that's just a distortion.
It's counterproductive. I mean, the number of Trump people you talk to who talk about the media and giving them any ammunition like this. I mean, I saw headlines, chyrons on television this morning saying that Donald Trump had said that Kamala Harris should be executed. I mean, at the beginning of that kind of rambling, incoherent thing, she said, give her a weapon, which is not typically something you do to someone.
And again, the spirit of it is something that if someone with the blue hat said it, people would nod along on the left. Yes, exactly.
There's plenty of things he says that you don't have to invent them.
Can I just say one thing? And I agree with you. All those criticisms are fair. but there's been a lot of violence, as Nancy Pelosi knows, and a lot of threats.
The audience's reaction added another layer to the moment. Longtime fans of Bill Maher are used to his sharp takes and fearless commentary. But this time felt different. When Maher challenged progressive orthodoxy and pushed back on misinformation about Donald Trump, the atmosphere in the room shifted. You could feel the tension. It wasn't just another joke or jab. This was Maher confronting a crowd that often comes expecting their views to be validated, not questioned. That discomfort spoke volumes. While many in his audience enjoy his critiques of the right, fewer are ready for him to turn that same lens inward. By doing so, Maher not only risks alienating some of his core supporters, but also highlights his evolving position. He's clearly leaning into a more centrist, truth-driven approach, one that's less about loyalty to a side and more about holding everyone accountable.
I also get a little annoyed about the media, the constant media criticism of the mainstream media. This is a fair criticism, but it's coming oftentimes from people who are like frequent viewers of the Jesse Waters show or whatever. You know what I mean? Like there's a whole right-wing MAGA media. Like it's not 1984, right? Where there are only 3 networks, and if they're if they're biased, if Dan Rather is telling you something that's wrong, that's like a really big deal that he's biased because 60 million people are watching Dan Rather. It's like as many people like are watching daytime MSNBC as are watching primetime Newsmax, right? So it's like, you know what I mean? So obsessing over the criticism, right? So obsessing over the criticism of it, I just sometimes think is a little overkill.
So J.D. Vance said teens are purposely becoming trans to get into elite colleges. Well, it is. I don't think that's how. I don't think that's why teens are becoming trans. Just to throw it all on the table, I'm not so sure that elite colleges don't want trans, possibly more than they want people who are not trans. I mean, that's just where the far left is. But I don't think they're purposely doing that. He also said that he wouldn't be...
What's his plan for the White?
This moment marks more than just a bold take. It signals a deeper commitment to intellectual honesty. Maher's willingness to step outside the comfort zone of his usual crowd may resonate with viewers who are tired of political echo chambers and hungry for real critical thinking, even when it challenges their own side. Of course, not everyone sees it that way. For some progressives, Maher's remarks feel like a betrayal or a sign that he's drifting from shared values. Even if his core beliefs haven't changed, his readiness to speak uncomfortable truths walks a fine line, one that risks distancing loyal followers while pulling in a broader, more politically diverse audience. This moment reflects the bigger picture, the growing cultural tension in today's political conversation. Can Maher keep his place as a relevant voice while navigating such divided reactions? And more importantly, does his pushback against ideological rigidity hint at a wider shift in how Americans are engaging with politics? We want to hear from you. What's your take on Bill Maher challenging not just the woke voices on his show, but also the audience and media narratives surrounding Trump? Let us know in the comments. And if you're into honest conversations that cut through the noise, hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Thanks for watching.